Hello and welcome back to B-Dog Digital. A while back I filmed this spot called The Crater, one of Smithfield's most secretive but interesting spots. It's basically a giant rock hole in the ground that slides all the way down from like a large hill to ground level. We were here earlier in the spring when it was really wet out and rainy, and I was actually kind of worried about falling into the hole. So it's drier today, and I did promise we were going to come back when it was dry so we can do more exploration of this mysterious area. So let's see what the crater has to offer, and we'll talk a bit about it. Come and join me. So yeah, this is going to be in a secret location in Smithfield. The land is, I guess, owned by the town because it's through the power lines over here, but there is private property surrounding the area. So because of that, I want to respect the people in the area and not share the exact location, but I still want to share the views with you guys because it is a very interesting spot, and anybody who has been here would agree. First off, I really like the pine needles that are on the trail over here. This is really cool that they are just covering the ground. So many pine trees here. There's both eastern white pine and longleaf pine, which is more of like a southern pine. That's this one right here. Look how scraggly these are, and these are really thin too. You can see they have a very thin tree trunk. Even though they're a pine tree, you would think, oh man, they would have a big trunk. Look how thin some of these are, and they're full-size trees. So yeah, that's really cool that we have this species here and covering the ground with their pine needles. This area in particular, I think this is just an access trail to get to the power lines. I don't know if there's any actual history behind here, but there is a big geological formation, which I call the crater. I don't even know if anybody else has called it that besides me, but I call it the crater because it literally looks like a crater, like something that you would see out in the desert. You stand on the rim of it and you look down. The difference is, though, is that it's actually not a hole, and it definitely was not caused by a meteorite. It's just a big sloping piece of rock that probably was carved out from the glaciers receding thousands and thousands of years ago in the last ice age. But you can see there's a lot of different plant species here. I think I actually saw some witch hazel. Let me just take a look and double check on that, because if anybody on the video knows about botany, maybe you can tell me if this is witch hazel or not. It looks like, from what I remember. Okay, so I'm gonna keep following this trail all the way to the other side of the, I don't want to say it's a park. It's not a park, it's just an area. There's definitely been activity from other people here. You can see they have been setting bonfires, and there's these old chairs here that don't look like they're safe to sit on anymore. All right, so we're coming out the other end over here, outside the trails. We got another couple of fire pits right here, actually. This looks like 3 of them. 1, 2, and this might be like a excess of the rocks. But there we go. You can see over here how the rocky formations are starting. This is not the crater. This is just a dip from where we came in over there. You can see how the hills just go up and down. There's the Smithfield Town Hall right there. I got a good view of it today for you guys. Let's walk over here so you can really see it. Get beyond those power lines. And I don't know if there was ever any other trails around here. I can take a look over here and see what's down here. This is going to be a big hill to climb back up for sure. Okay. Oh wow, there is a trail back here. I never knew this. I know there's also a couple trails when you get to the other side of the crater as well, but they don't really go anywhere because there's no exit. You kind of just get stuck in the woods. And I think that's what just happened here to me with this one. This doesn't really look like a trail anymore. I think there's homes over there, so yeah, we'll go back up. Now this is really cool because this kind of actually looks like the landscape from one of my dreams. I always have reoccurring dreams about being out in nature, and I see very similar landscapes to this. This is a deep one. Look at this mushroom right here. Big boy. We have some lichens. This is, unlike Spanish moss, this is real moss. Surrounded by these longleaf pines. All right, I'm gonna get out of this pine forest now, and we're gonna go back to the top of the hill over here. And we're gonna continue on to get to the actual crater. Look at that nice green. It's not grass, I mean, it's some kind of weed. Looks cool though. Here's more of what I believe to be witch hazel. All right, we're gonna summit this mountain. Whoa, it's steep actually. There we go. Going back on top. Look at these pine trees. That's crazy how the branches just grew right in the ground like that. This is another one too. I think that because the soil is so loose here, they can't grow as like normal looking. Oh, look at the little baby pine cone coming out. That's cool. All right, so we're coming back over here. I remember there was some interesting graffiti from last time too. I don't know why there's a handicap sign. A couple of them actually. If a hair shut up, you'll get spotted. And hello, you future visitors. So they know people were over here. Look at that. It's gonna be another witch hazel. All right. So we're going to be coming right out up to the crater itself, and now we can do a little bit more exploring than we did last time because it's not slick. Look at that. All right, so let's see what kind of graffiti we got. Yeah, it's a lot more easy to walk on these rocks now than it was when it was raining. We got 2024 coffee. Oh, go fresh 420. Hit me up. I mean, dude, it's legal now. You don't need to spray paint your dealing advertisement. Okay, yeah, we have the New Cali Republic. So apparently this flag, I was told, was made after 9/11. People who live near the property spray painted it, and it was in color too. You can actually kind of see a little bit of the red still remaining, but it's since been replaced with the New California Republic from Fallout. So it's pretty cool. Piffy. You can hear people down there in the woods. Oh geez. Okay, maybe it is a little slippery here. So you can fall all the way to the bottom. Let me go to the other end and just see if there's anything we're missing, then we can turn around and go back. I can't believe how smooth the glacier must have made this rock though. It is pretty incredible that this formed. So this spot in particular right here, when it's wet, is exactly what it says it is, because I made the mistake before. I stepped right there, and yeah, if you're not quick to grab something, I think I grabbed onto this branch actually, you will slide all the way down. I've been here in the winter too actually, and that's probably the worst time. I remember that down there is just more woods, and there's some unmarked trails deep in there somewhere, so we pretty much did see everything right now. But the reason why I call it the crater is, yeah, look at it, it's a huge like bowl basically in the ground. There isn't a cliff on the other side, so really it's just a one-sided crater, but it is still a sight to see. And you can actually see this from Google Maps. You know, if you fly over it, you can see this big bare area. We got thunderstorms in the distance too. Look at that, clear skies over here, thunderstorms over there, and we get the sunset. All right guys, well, thank you again for watching. I did say I would come back and do a little bit more exploration since the last time I was here, so I'm gonna walk back home now, And I got a lot of interesting things coming ahead for you too, as always. Just started a new career in the travel industry again, and meeting new people. Things are definitely looking up for the better around here at B-Dog Digital. I hope you enjoyed the crater, and I can't wait to share more adventures with you soon. Thank you very much, and have a great rest of your day.